What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show you around the camper setup that I built in the back of my truck for 1 to 2 night stays and all the features that I put into it. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so this is my 2014 GMC Sierra 2500 Duramax, and I aspire to do a lot of camping and I take my Gnu everywhere, and the goal for this video and camper setup was I want to go boat ramp camping with my Gnu. And essentially before I was just sleeping in the cab of the truck. Well, then I was like, maybe I can build a camper setup in the back so I can sleep myself and sleep somebody else, which I'll show you how that works in a second. Just for a 1 to 2 night stay, really anywhere with any boat, and not have to pay for a hotel or an Airbnb. I can stay at the boat ramp, sleep 5 hours, get up at 6 a.m., take the boat out and just go. So I'm gonna do a walkthrough of exactly how I set it up, which is a very basic, very easy, non-complicated setup. And if you stick around long enough, the rest of this video will be how I did it and building the bed, building the shelf bed for having 2 people in here, and how simple it really was. So without further ado, let's do the walkthrough. So to start out, I have the bed, which does look like a coffin. No, I don't have anything I'm not supposed to sitting in here, but it makes for a good bed frame and good storage if you lift up and go under it. The mattress is just a $20 Bass Pro mattress, and of course I had to have the superhero blanket on it, so we'll go ahead and take that off. Throw that right there. And honestly, the air mattress is a little short. I kind of bought it on a whim. I don't think it's quite a full 6 foot, but I will go ahead and take the air mattress out so we can actually get a better look of what's going on here. All right, so without the mattress and without the pillows and the nice superhero blanket, we got just the box and the bed shelf. So essentially, like I said, this is just a coffin. It's not bolted in, so you can move it around, take it out if you need to. And I painted it, burned the wood a little bit, obviously, and it's just super easy, super simple. It's not too heavy to take in and out when needed. Now, moving on to this side, this is what I call my bed shelf. So essentially it's a shelf if I'm solo, but with 2 people, you can sub it as another bed. And I made these support brackets, which actually fit into the holes right here, so it can be bed, 2 mattresses, 2 people at the same time, which I'll go ahead and put those supports in there to show you guys how that works. So like I said, this is how the bed shelf is folded out into an actual bed. So you can put a mattress here, or get a full-size mattress and scoot these 2 together, so it actually makes the perfect bed for both. Or you can have 2 people on there. Unfortunately, the bed shelf is not the most stable thing in the world, which I'll show you now. So big guy like me, I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds, nice and fat. This is great for me, but this is not the most stable thing in the world. Ugh. Ugh. See? Not bad. And then you can actually sit here and do as you please like a camper, but this side is not the most stable in the world. So luckily for me, since I'm the one that built it, I get to sleep there. But unfortunately, when I am with my girlfriend camping in the back of it, I do have to sleep on the unstable bed shelf. But anyways, the last thing I have to show you is my little Walmart lanterns, one there and one there, which they just open up like that and have a fan on them. So as you can see, it's not like a permanent technical camper. It's just like a 1 to 2 night thing to sleep in if you go anywhere. But the rest of this video is just going to be me and how I built this. So if you're interested in watching that, keep watching. If not, this is my super easy DIY camper setup. let's get into it. Definitely feels weird because I'm sitting here vlogging with this iPhone that I just got today. It's a pink iPhone. Aha. Because 3 days ago, I just dumped my phone into the ocean while we were running the boat. And but today I have Ryan here with me. What's up? To help me clean out this disgusting truck bed to hopefully turn it into a camper of some sort. So first things first, get all the stuff out, get the stupid useless drawer out that came with the truck, and lastly, get the nasty smell of fish guts out of here. Somewhere. Yeah, we went fishing the other day and I used a cutting board and cut some bait up, and we rinsed the cutting board off in the water, rubbed some sand on it, threw it back here, and we took the cutting board out within 2 days, but it smells horrendous back here. And my truck bed normally doesn't look like this, but I went island camping, so I have a bunch of wood back there, and then all the chairs I threw back there from when we went fishing, and it's pretty horrendous. So, cue the time lapse. All right, well, we found it. I don't know how this ended up not back in someone's cooler, but that's our bait from when we went fishing. The worst part about it is we didn't even catch anything that day, but I'm just happy the smell is out, dude. It's not out yet. It's not out yet, but I've been living the last week with it. But let's get back into it. All right, so we went ahead and got the bed cleared out, and it already smells a whole lot better in here. And that drawer had these weird tracks that the guy, homemade to have it on there and roll in and out, but doing away with it completely. And it's honestly embarrassing to show all this on YouTube, and I really didn't need to, but I feel like it adds to the whole thing. I had a whole shoe store sitting back there. I had all my work stuff sitting back there. And I had chairs, and it was just whatever. Anyways, now we have a clean slate, so I can go to the store to go get some wood to build out our bed. Let's get into it. Went to the store, and I got some wood, some plywood, and some 2x4s, some 12-footers. And I got this carpet cleaner that Ryan's letting me borrow because it still smells like straight fish guts back there. So I'm gonna have to vacuum it and carpet clean it, all that fancy stuff. But you might look at this wood and be like, wow, that looks terrible. Well, that's the best way to buy plywood nowadays, is you go to the 50% rack and look at the beat up stuff. This is 2 sheets. The one below it looks really good. Just has some trim on the side missing, but they're 15 bucks a piece, so whatever. So now I'm gonna pull out the shop vac, and I'm gonna go ahead and get to vacuuming because it is gross under here. So let's get into it. Well, the nasty fish smell is still not out. When you put your nose up to it, you can smell it, but out in the open, it's not that bad. We'll get back to it later. Anyways, to get to the meat and potatoes of this video, I'm gonna need to take some measurements because I don't quite know how tall I want my bed. 16 inches takes you right below the top of the bed, which I feel like I would shove, the bed closer to the sidewall as much as possible. And I still have a bunch of headroom and stuff. And when it comes to length, this bed reaches 79 inches, I think. It's 6'7". So if we get our tape measure, go to the back wall, I'm gonna put it at 74, and I'm actually gonna close it a little bit and close the tailgate. Bam, I got plenty of room. I could even punch it out to 75 inches, but just to be on the safe side, make it 74 inches long. So gonna go ahead and stick our 12-foot long 2x4s over here and get the cutting. So let's get into it. All right, so I got my 16-inch boards for my height. I got my 26-inch boards for my width, and then I got my 74-inch. Actually, I moved it down to 72 because I got 12-foot boards, so it makes the most sense. 72-inch boards for the length. So let's go ahead and start assembling these.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
Guess what? It fits exactly how I wanted it to. So now it's straight and even and perfect and not cockeyed. And Mitch is now here because he wants me to build a bed for him so we can cuddle at the boat.
Obviously, you can't go camping without that.
Without somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need girlfriends when we got the boys. No, sir. No, sir. So, I don't know how much more I'm gonna do tonight. I don't know if I should just finish this and then start working on that. But I'm gonna come up with a game plan, see how lazy I am, if I want to pull the table saw out for all that right now. But let's get into it. We now have step one of the shelf. And it looks good, it fits good. I actually hit the nail on the head right there with the measurement. So now we gotta cut out the other side, put some hinges on it, fold it over, put 3 more legs on it. And we see if the whole thing fits a human. Here, this is what we'll do. Want to take that for me?
Yeah.
It's a little wobbly. Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool. My whole bed shelf idea is actually gonna come to life. Ugh. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we are back. It's the next day, and I did some off-camera cutting and assembling just to shorten up the video a little bit, and I don't love it. It just looks like a coffin. And of course, the plywood I have is not straight. It's all bowed, but whatever. It's solid. It just looks like there's a body in it that's gonna go 6 feet under. So I don't know if I'm gonna redesign it or not, but I am gonna stain it millennial gray because who wouldn't? Maybe that'll make it a little better, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I did go ahead and cut out my other piece for the bed shelf, and I got hinges for it, but I did not get hinges for my bed. All right, well, I ended up changing it because I hated it so much, but here it is. Instead of having the boards on the outside of the frame, I shaved them down and put them on the inside so it creates a little lip and adds a little contrast, a little depth to it. So it doesn't look quite like a coffin. It looks kind of like a sophisticated box that can be a coffin if you wanted it to. But now I'm gonna go ahead and stain it up and make it gray. Hopefully that'll help. So let's get into it. All right, well, as you can see, I am working into the night yet again, and I just finished up with the bed shelf. So, obviously I burned into it, and I clear coated over it, and it's definitely not the most stable thing in the world, but it works. I laid on it, and it holds all my weight perfectly fine. And as for this guy, I went ahead and just misted over it with some paint because I absolutely hated the way that it looked before, because it didn't burn in really well. So actually all those dark spots that you see, some of it is burning, some of it is paint. But essentially, the bed is done. It's got the hinges on it. So now I just gotta wait for everything to dry and then put everything back into my truck probably tomorrow.